Hey Tasia girl, it's Katrina. I'm going to talk you through some of this here and we're going to get this figured, okay? So this sheet has the answers here and like all this down here. Okay, right. I just grabbed this worksheet quick off the internet. I'm going to run through some of these. I'm going to look at this guy. What's the mean, median, mode, and range? That's what your mom said you're struggling with. I'm guessing you understand some of these words, but not all of them. I'm just going to hit the words like the vocab real quick. So when we talk like mean, we're talking average. Ooh, words are hard, average. So really, I want you to add them all together. And then divide it by the number of items. That's what we're doing there with mean, okay? And then for median, we're looking for the middlest number. The very middle. Mode, the most common number. So which one happens the most often? And range is the spread. That's a weird word there. So what I'm going to say, if you're doing a math, it's going to be the biggest number minus the littlest number. It's how far apart the data is spread, okay? So there's kind of my vocab. So let's look at number one. Number one tells us this data set right here in shoe sizes. And I'm going to, actually I'm just going to go ahead and copy it and pull it down here. Copy, pull it down here, paste, and maybe make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. And it says, what's the mean, median, and mode? So let's look at our mean. Our mean says, let's just add them all together and divide them by the number of terms. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terms. There are 9 terms, okay? So we know we're going to divide it by 9. And I'm grabbing my calculator because I am lazy and I'm not going to add that in my head. And I'm just going to add them up. 6.5 plus 7 plus 7.5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 10.5. Oh, and look at that. I did not have a 10. I had a 1.0. Let's make sure I do that right. That's a 10. Okay, so 74.5. There we go. So my mean is going to be 74.5 divided by 9. So my mean is 8.28. There we go. Somewhere thereabouts. Okay, I'm gonna put that to the side now. Now my median is my middlest number. Okay, now when it's an odd number of objects like 9, odds are easy. Because watch what happens. I'm going to grab a different color, purple here. I'm going to cross off 6.5 and 10.5. Then I'm going to cross off my 7 and my 10, this one and this one, this one and this one. And this is my middlest number. My median is 8. That's pretty darn easy. Here's where we get in trouble though. What if, say for instance, I'm going to grab my white and I'm going to cross out 6.5. This is just a theoretical. What if we only had 8 numbers? And what would happen then? Because if I crossed out evenly, uh-oh, now I have 2 numbers left. What you have to do is you have to look for what's exactly in the middle of those 2. And how you do that is you add them together, 8 plus 8, and then divide by 2. So that would be 16 divided by 2, which of course is 8. I mean, right in the middle of 2 8s is 8. That's easy. But if they happen to be like 8 and 9, then right in the middle of those 2 would be 8.5, okay? So just kind of throwing that out there that if it's an even number of terms, you're going to have to average the middle 2 terms. to find your median. Okay, mode. Okay, most common number. All right, so I'm going to look for numbers that appear more than once. I've got these 8s. They appear 3 times. Nothing else appears more. So 8 is my mode. And range is my biggest minus my littlest. So that would be 10.5 minus 6.5, which is 4. And now I'm going to double check my answers. 8.28, 8, 8, and 4. Woohoo! Mrs. Cruz has not lost it. Yeah. That is all of those. All right, so I'm going to put that up here, shrinking it down, number 1. That's my answer for number 1. I'm going to shrink it down even more because I want more space to be able to do the next one, because those are not all that they ask from us. All right, now let's do number 3. Number 3. Hannah's scores on her first 5 algebra tests are 88, 90, 91, 89, and 92. What test must she earn on her 6th test so that her mean score will be at least 90? Ooh, well, that's kind of rude. So they've given us the first 5, and then they say there's a 6th test and a mean score of 90. Well, we know that the mean is equal to the average. So for this number 3, what we're going to do, let's see here. I'll pull it down here. If we have our mean is equal to adding up test number 1 plus test number 2 plus test number 3 plus test number 4 plus test number 5 plus test number 6, all divided by 6 tests, then I will find my mean score. That's the equation that we're working with. That's my equation. There we go. Okay. And I have that data. It's up there. So I'm going to go grab my data. I'm going to pull it down closer because I'm old and I don't want to be looking back and forth. So copy, paste. Okay. Got it. All right. Now I'm going to put it in. Oh, and I also know my mean. A mean score of at least 90. Okay. So I want a score of 90. And test 1 was 88. Test 2 is 90. Test 3 was 91. Test 4 was 89. Oh, 89. Test 5 was 92. And I don't know what test 6 is. And it's all over 6. All right. What do I do? Well, now I need to back up PEMDAS, okay? I need to get rid of this. Get rid of that by moving it over there, okay? That's my goal. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to multiply both sides by 6 because it will get rid of that 6. Okay? So now 6 times 90 is 540, and it equals, all of this is still left. So I'm going to copy that and paste it down here. There we go. Now I have to deal with all that. Okay, I can combine these like terms together. So let's add those together. 88 plus 90 plus 91 plus 89 plus 92. I get 540 equals 450 plus T6. And then I'm going to subtract that 450. And now I know that test number 6 must be at least a 90. I must have a score of at least 90, right there. Okay. Using that mean equation. Okay. So we're going to take all that and shrink it up. Oh, didn't like that. All right, do it better this time. Okay. I'll put it up there. Okay. And we're going to move this up there. Keith has an average score of 21 points on his first 4 German quizzes. If each is worth 25 points, what is the highest possible mean score he can have after the 5th quiz? Okay. He has an average quiz score of 21 points on his first 4 German quizzes. If each is worth 25 points, what is the highest possible mean score he can have after the 5th quiz? Okay. All right. So what do we know? His average quiz score is 21 points for 4 German quizzes. We don't know how much his quizzes were. We don't know. But his last one, so let's write that out. So his mean score, they want to know what his highest possible mean score he can have, and for his last 5th score. If we've got test 1, or no, we're doing quizzes now, so not tests, sorry. Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4 plus Q5. Okay. All right, and they didn't tell us any of these scores. Not a single one. They told us the average. These averaged 21. And he hasn't taken this. What? What is that? Okay. What is this? And they want to know the highest possible. So here's what they want you to figure out. Is that when you average 21, these all can be written as 21. Okay? Because 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21 divided by 4 is all 21. Because that's okay. So we can say that the mean will equal 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21. Those all can be 21. And then what should we put in for number 4? What is the highest possible mean score he can have after the 5th quiz? Well, if we want the highest possible, what are we going to assume he gets as a grade for quiz 5? Well, we're going to assume he gets every single point on number 5. He gets 25 on that one. And then Katrina forgot that this has to be divided by 5. There we go. Completely forgot that. So there we go. Put that over 5. There's our equation. So we're going to grab that. And we're going to go 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 25. And then we're going to divide that by 5. And the highest mean score he can have is 21.8 points. There it is. All right. And on this, Get my calculator out of the way. There are 3 other questions. There they are. Go ahead and look at them. Feel free to screenshot them if you want them as practice. And here are their answers. So you can practice those too if you want a few more. Okay, and you can Google more questions, all those kind of things. If you have a specific problem that you get stuck on, please take a picture of it and text it to me, and I will like write out some extra notes to you and I'll text it back to you. All right, good luck, hon.